started a little bit different there. I don't know, I've had that TikTok song going in my head all day. So I thought I would play it for you live. Happy Friday to you. It's your girl Isha here, Carnivalista in Chief with Events by Ashe, where we plan unique and life-changing Caribbean experiences for professional women who don't have the time to plan their own vacations. So, what am I talking about today? If that song was not any indication for you, I'm talking about going to the streets. The streets are calling my name. I'm talking about travel today, all right? And I'm actually talking about some FAQs, frequently asked questions about traveling right now. Now, if you're watching this video, drop a comment to say hello in the comments. If you are watching us on YouTube, please like, and subscribe to our channel for more videos about food, about travel, about getting your life together, and the Caribbean carnival culture. And if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. All right, so we're talking about going to the streets because the streets is calling our name, right? Okay. I still love that. So in terms of the streets calling your name, right? You may have some questions. You may have some doubts. You may not feel like you need to be on a plane right now, and all of that is just fine. However, I'm going to talk through two of the most FAQs that I have received over the last few months from people who are either booking travel, thinking about travel, or really thinking about travel in 2022, 2023, or further out. Wherever you are, it's all good. All right. The FAQs that I'm going to talk through today are hopefully going to help you. But before I get into that, let's talk about an Isha fact. And the fact is, I love to travel, but I am not a good flyer. I know this sounds weird for someone who works in the travel industry and whose business is all about traveling and going to unique and life-changing Caribbean destinations. But the thing is, I don't like flying, but I love where flying takes me. I love that it takes me completely out of the everyday and into somewhere new and fun and interesting and experiencing different cultures. That's what I really, really, really love. And I definitely try, since I am not a good flyer, I try to do as many things as I can to make the trip easier. And I will talk a little bit about a couple of those things in this live, and also in the bonus content that our Ultimate Insiders Plus members get. So I'll be definitely talking more about that. So leave me a comment. Do you like to fly? Leave me a comment. I know many of us are not getting on a plane right now. I mean, there's definitely signs that leisure travel is bouncing back in a really big way. But leave me a comment. Do you like to fly? I want to know. All right, so as I said, the topic today is all about FAQs for traveling right now, okay? And before I get started, I just have to say, you sitting at home, if you're gonna watch this video and you're gonna take that as me telling you to get on a plane, just stop the video, okay? I'm not telling you to get on a plane. I'm not telling you to travel. However, this is just advice. This is my opinion, all right? There we go. So FAQ number one is definitely the elephant in the room, right? Is it safe to fly? Okay, that is really the elephant in the room that a lot of people are sitting and hemming and hawing and thinking about. Is it safe to fly? So my opinion on this is similar to when people ask me if it's safe to travel to a certain country. Like I get this question all the time, especially with Ultimate Trinidad Carnival. Is it safe to travel to Trinidad? And my own personal opinion is your personal safety is yours. I might feel safe in one situation, but you may not feel safe in the exact same situation. You just might not, right? So when I think about this question and how to answer it, it's more in terms of my own personal traveling experience when I went to San Francisco a few weeks ago. It definitely felt weird, right? Because it was the first time I was getting on a plane in what feels like forever. It was really only over a year, but it really felt like forever. So generally, I felt safe, right? People were wearing their masks. Airlines, you know, the staff were following the guidelines. I am vaccinated, fully vaccinated, and wherever you land on that subject, that is not the discussion for this video. Don't leave me nothing in the comments, okay? But my tip for this frequently asked question, is it safe to fly, is to make sure you do the things and have the things that will make you feel comfortable, right? So think, for example, and this is a very, very basic example, you are going to be wearing your mask pretty much as soon as you enter the airport, and maybe even before that if you're using shared transportation or anything like that to get there, right? So make sure that your mask is comfortable, especially if you're wearing those ones with the elastic behind the ears. All of my healthcare workers, you all know, and all of our frontline workers as well, you know this, right? The elastic behind your ears is so, so important. Make sure that it's soft, that it's comfortable, that you have a good fit on your mask. It's not too tight, it's not too loose, and the elastic does not hurt your ears, because depending on where you're going, you're at least going to be having it on for a good 3 hours, 4 hours, or longer, depending on where you're going. So that's a very simple example. But of course, as I said, you need to make sure that you're doing whatever makes you feel safe, whatever makes you feel safer. All right. So if that's getting vaccinated, getting fully vaccinated, what type of mask you're wearing. Are you wearing one of those special masks that they use in hospital situations? Whatever that is, to make you feel more comfortable in transit, and things that you can do that are a little luxurious in transit, like getting a lounge pass, you know, those kinds of things to, you know, help so you're not in crowds or whatever makes you feel comfortable, do it. Upgrade your flight, you know, just do it, right? All right, so that's FAQ number 1 answered. And if you have any questions about traveling right now, please leave them in the comments, and let me check to see if we have any comments. We don't have any comments. I see you watching. Say hello. All right, so what is FAQ number 2? Frequently asked question number 2 is, what's required for me to fly right now? There's so much information out there, right? There is so much information out there. It can feel a little bit like information overload about what destinations to go to, what are the travel requirements, and all of that, right? What I can say, if you are looking on the internet, make sure that you are using reputable sources of information. So if you are trying to figure out what are the requirements for me to even get on a plane, if I'm going on a domestic flight versus an international flight, if you're traveling from the US, consult the CDC's website. If you're traveling to, for example, Bahamas, check the official tourism of Bahamas's website. You know, make sure that these are official sources of information. So in terms of what's required for you to fly right now, it depends on what country you're in and what country you're going to, right? So here in the US, domestic travelers don't require a COVID test to get on the plane. However, if you're flying outside of the US internationally, then to get on a plane, you do have to have a negative COVID test. And that's a PCR test done 3 days or 72 hours before the departure of your international flight. All right. Depending on what country you're going to, they're going to have different requirements for coming into their country. And I highly suggest that you follow those guidelines. There have been headlines of people who didn't follow guidelines. I'm looking at you, Bahamas. I'm looking at you, Barbados, where people got fined because they weren't following the guidelines, either weren't wearing their mask or they broke their quarantine or whatever. Please respect the people country. Okay, whatever country you're going to, respect the people country, follow their quarantine guidelines, all right? So a very specific example, and this is just because I'm actually heading to Barbados with a handful of clients in a couple of weeks. Of course, I am super excited, cannot wait. I have not been anywhere in the Caribbean in over a year, almost a year and a half. Whew, okay, I need to breathe after saying that. Okay, so for example, more specifically about Barbados. So to go into Barbados, you need to have your negative COVID PCR test 72 hours before getting on your flight. Then you also have a 48-hour quarantine requirement when you get to Barbados. They test you at the airport. There's a 48-hour quarantine requirement for vaccinated travelers. your 48-hour quarantine could be shorter with the receipt of your second negative COVID test that you do at the airport. And they're saying it's a 24, or even less than that. I think they said it's an 8 to 48-hour turnaround time on their test results. So if you're unvaccinated, it could be a 5 to 7 day quarantine. And that's because you're quarantined just right up front for 5 days. They don't even bother to test you at the airport anymore. They're like, okay, unvaccinated, you need to quarantine. They test you, you get a test on day 5. And then if you get a negative test by day 7, then you are free to roam the island. So that's why I say it's really important to check your receiving country's regulations and follow them. Not only check them, but follow them, because this is serious stuff we're talking about, right? Okay, let me see if there are any questions, because that was FAQ number 2. All right, no questions. I am going to keep on going. So that was definitely 2 frequently asked questions about traveling right now in this age of COVID. So if travel is a little bit further on the horizon for you, I mean, first of all, of course, you know, we are a full service travel agency. If you would like to book travel in sometime in 2021 for yourself, for a group of friends, whatever the case may be, we are more than happy to help you. However, if travel is further out for you to 2022, then definitely join our 2022 Travel Experiences Q&A. It is free. It is happening on July the 22nd. And we're talking about our 2022 trips in particular. Of course, we have Ultimate Trinidad Carnival that is happening in February, and we only have 4 rooms left in that. But I will be talking about Ultimate Girls Getaway and Ultimate Summer Carnival. Yay, that I'm so excited about. Okay, so Ultimate Girls Getaway is happening in April 2022 in Barbados. This is your chance to pamper yourself, and there is no better place in the Caribbean that I personally love to do that than Barbados. So we're talking luxury villa, we're talking gourmet food, island style events that are upscale in nature, and we're gonna have a great time. Of course, events by Ashe style. The second experience is Ultimate Summer Carnival, and we're going to Grenada Spice Mass in August 2022. So Grenada's carnival is actually called Spice Mass, and it's a series of events and revelry and partying, of course. Fantastic boat rides, wonderful beach parties, and it is just going to be a great time. So Grenada Spice Mass, if you wanted to experience carnival in another part of the Caribbean, then you need to join us. So this, I really cannot wait to unveil the package details for both of these experiences at the Q&A on July the 22nd. And I'm definitely going to put a link here. So if you want to join us, you got to register. It is free, absolutely free for you to attend and hear about our 2022 travel experiences and ask your questions, book, done. Because of course, with any of our travel experiences, we handle everything for you. Coordination, booking, research, delivered to you directly. And both of these experiences are fully hosted. So in Barbados or Grenada, you know that our ambassadors are with you in a new country. All right, so that was everything that I needed to talk about today. I see you watching. Leave a comment, say hi, but it's okay if you're shy today. No worries. I hope you enjoyed this information, guys. Goodness, thank you for watching. Again, if you're watching me on YouTube, please like this video, thumbs me up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Agon, that is it. And ooh, let me see if I can get the streets are calling my name. I'm going to the streets. The streets are calling my name. Okay, here we go. No, I'm skipping your trial, YouTube. Really? Here we go.
The streets are calling my name. I'm going to the streets.
Thanks as always for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Till next line.